do something a little bit different. I went down to Home Depot for $34. I was able to get one of these Brinkmann Smoke and grills. Alright, they're the little bullet garbage can looking grills, kind of the R2-D2 of the smokers. Very utilitarian, but they do a good job. I'm going to put this together, and we're going to cook some food on it, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do top-notch quality food with one of these little guys. Now everything comes pretty well packaged in this. You have your manual, replacement parts, and you've got a handy-dandy little recipe book. You know, sometimes these things are really, really good. Sometimes they're not worth the paper they're printed on. And you get the great customer service number in case you need it. Pretty straightforward so far. 2 grills, a whole bunch of hardware in a bag, and 2 pans. And it looks like this one was damaged in shipping. Doesn't mean anything, still going to work, but it is bent. First thing that I will tell you, after having an old Brinkmann, these things seem a little bit less sturdy than they used to be. Also, I'll have to find out which one's the water pan, which one's the charcoal pan. I'm sure the largest one is the charcoal pan. The old ones used to have a hole in it, okay? That way you would get some air, you would get some draw, you know, to keep your charcoal hot, keep the fire going. Well, apparently somebody somewhere tried to use this on a wooden deck on top of a gas tanker or nude or something like that, blew themselves up, sued the company, and now you don't have a hole. So that's the first thing I do not like. You can use it like this. I'm going to tell you right now it's going to be aggravating. You can take you a drill, nice good sized drill, drill 3 holes in it, be good to go. Absolutely nothing is pre-assembled in this. So it looks like we will have to put the whole thing together. That's one. Now what I like to do is make sure that everything fits and everything's properly done before I tighten everything up. And I'll tell you why. I can't count the times I've put something together and tightened it all up, and then at the last moment had to take it apart because there was something missing, or there was a part broke, or it wasn't in the right slot. So I'm just going to let you know, save yourself some aggravation. Get everything to fit and then tighten it up later. And I can already tell you something I've done. These have bottom support brackets too. Now if you tried putting them in while these are on, you could cut yourself. So I'll suggest with this we just turn it over. But make sure when you put them in, you're working upside down. You don't want to put these in the direction you're facing, then you get it all together and it doesn't fit. The directions all in all are okay. They're pretty straightforward. If you're used to doing stuff like this, it won't be a problem. Somebody to help you would probably be good. But of course, if they're filming the video in order for me to show you how to do this, that's not possible. So, like I said, it's so far everything's pretty straightforward. Doesn't seem too terribly difficult, but then again, the proof is in the cooking, isn't it? Now on these legs, it's got a little indentation here that fits right inside of the rolled metal. It's kind of nice. Now make sure for added fun that you do this near cracks in concrete so you can drop screws, and you know, when you're off camera and it's not being filmed, you can brush up on your profanity. I'm not so sure that you put it together one day and cook on it the same day, because usually you have to season these things. I'm not so sure that you're just going to run right out to the store and grab one of these and just start cooking. But I will say that these do have two purposes. They are a smoker and they are a grill. So you're kind of getting a twofer. Alright, now we'll tighten all the bolts and get on the door, and I'll show you what it's going to look like all done. Alright, there's the first part of it. Seems like everything goes together really good. And we have the temperature gauge. Now these things are, you know, the basic spring-loaded gauge. It's got your warm, ideal, hot. Unless they've improved an awful lot, I wouldn't trust these. But it's a good gauge to start. You know, it gives you a basic idea where you're at. This should just pop right in. You'll want it centered on ideal. Of course, make sure that you put the tabs through it first, and then it just curves right into place. And then that's perfect, and that fits just like that. Make sure that when you're putting on the door, make sure that the hinge, go on and make sure that you know the hinge is going to fold all the way over. Because if you'll notice, if you turn it like that, there's really not that much of a difference, but it's only going to open that much. So make sure the round part's on the outside. I'm sure the directions say that. A lot of people don't read directions. So make sure you do that, or it's going to bring a lot of pain and misery for you. Good news, all the pieces are there. Every screw was here. Every nut was here. All of the wooden handles. There's nothing missing. The bigger one would be the charcoal pan. They're the same gauge, but they really feel light. They don't sound that sturdy. Now, since this got damaged in shipping, you can see it got bent. It's not going to lay correctly. So, rubber hammer should do it. Just kind of gingerly. Yeah, a rubber hammer just knocked that right back really easily. This is supposed to fit on the very bottom, which it does. But there's no draft. Now, if you can look down here, yes, you get a draft around here, but your charcoal's here. And air's not going to come in. Air's not going to come in, go down underneath the charcoal and come out. So, I've given you what most people have started to do as far as drilling holes in this. I'm not going to do it for demonstration purposes, simply because this is the way it comes from the factory, okay? The water pan goes in here and fits like that. Now, seems to be pretty ample clearance. And then, of course, the grates. One would go down here and fit. And these look like they're adjustable. Look like these have adjustable for different size grates that you get from Brinkmann. And then this one fits right here. Nice and sturdy, nice and solid. You know, after you get it all together, I have to be honest with you, it's a nice, solid, I mean, I'm a big guy, I'm leaning on it pretty good. It's a nice, solid little piece of equipment. It feels okay. I'm not so sure about how the draft's going to work, and I don't like the quality of the pans, but let me tell you this. The little R2-D2 here, it's very utilitarian, okay? I used one of these for well over 10 years. I learned how to smoke food on it, and I learned how to grill on it. These things are workhorses, all right? Regardless of the quality of a pan, which you can readily get different gauges from Brinkmann. These things do a darn good job. They're portable, they're easy to use, and it's pretty much no muss, no fuss. Now, can you do a whole hog on it? No. But you can do pieces of salmon and chicken breasts. Things that, you know, don't take 8-10 hours. Once the pan's modified, though, for charcoal or lump charcoal, yeah, you can do a turkey on it. I've done turkeys on these. One thing that you want to make sure of, though, if you do decide to drill the holes, or if you get on the boards on the web and they tell you how to modify one of these, make sure you put something underneath this smoker. Because once you drill holes, the ashes are going to come down, okay? Don't do this on a wood deck. You know, do it on concrete. Do it on something that's not going to catch fire. Don't be stupid, and don't be a fool. These things can be very, very dangerous no matter which grill you get, whether it's a Weber, a Brinkmann, a char grill, or anything, because you're dealing with fire. So be careful, be responsible. And I tell you what, next time I get together with you, I'm going to show you some food cooked on this, and we're going to have a great time. See you next time.